Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna be back. Coolest thing ever.
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, but I think you'll work out just fine.
Okay. You on yet? Is James
Today was his first day.
I always forget when he's on, you know.
Decidedly out of sync.
Yeah, I think he might.
Worst case,
There's it was fine. So I've got 2 more minutes. All right, I have officially 7 o'clock. Let's go ahead and call this meeting to order. Will you please stand for the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yeah, everyone, welcome to the July 2022 City Council meeting. Before we get going, counselors, do you have any consent agenda items you would like to pull out for regular discussion? And I'll go around the room and I'll start with Counselor Thomas, who is online.
Thank you. I would like to pull out the agenda item around the sidewalk reimbursement.
Yeah, I heard it. I'm looking for which one that is.
I think it's C. I believe it's C.
Yes, yes, it is. Thank you, Counselor. Okay, Counselor Yonley.
No, I think I've had all the questions answered.
Okay, Counselor Prinsloo.
I have a question about G, the resolution regarding compensation ranges.
We will pull that one out for regular discussion then as well.
Okay.
And Counselor Odrish, are you happy to be online? Okay. Then with that, we have 2 consent agendas we will pull out for regular discussion. For C, the resolutions, Superintendent Krebs, I'm assuming we can discuss that during the Public Works update. And for the compensation ranges, I'm assuming G, we can bring that up when we talk about the administration. Perfect. All right, so let's go ahead. On our agenda, you will notice that we did have an executive session originally planned. We are not going to be having that this meeting, so we are going to jump through to number 4 on our agenda. That would be an award presentation and Police Chief Rash.
Chris wants to. Well, good evening, council. In your package, you'll see a thing from the Washington County Sheriff's Office in regards to Officer Davis when he was employed as a deputy there. He was riding with an FTO. They were dispatched to a bicyclist down who crashed, and they immediately saw a bunch of blood, pulled up his hind leg and saw a gushing wound. And so Officer Davis applied the first tourniquet. His partner at the time applied the second tourniquet. They were able to stabilize the bleeding. Paramedics arrived and got him to the hospital and did life saving. If you read in the letter there, fire captain from Tualatin Valley Fire said that if Officer Davis and his partner hadn't quickly applied the tourniquets, that guy probably would have lost his life. So I get this in the mail about 2 weeks ago, a life-saving award, and which I'm going to present to him. I asked the sheriff's office if they could send the representatives to disclose their award, and they said they didn't have anybody available, but I thought he should be recognized for his efforts as a deputy. So on behalf of the Washington County Sheriff's Office, I'm presenting you this life-saving award to Deputy Christopher Davis. Exemplary service on October 28, 2021. So he was basically out of the academy 3 months or so. Your quick response and immediate action successfully saved the life of a community member. And Sheriff Pat Garrett, Washington County Sheriff's Office. So Chris, we knew when we got you that we got somebody who was going to be special law enforcement, and this just proves it. So thank you. Yes, great reaction. You just want Chris.
Okay.
What about his family?
Thank
Thank you, Chief.
Well, thank you. Yeah, absolutely.
Great job.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
No,
We're lucky to have you.
Thanks, Rocky. All right. It's always great to start a meeting off with a really great award. Okay, next one, 5, Hubbard Hop Festival donation request. Do we have Joseph here by chance?
Yes, it's online.
Okay, Joseph, I will hand it over to you. We do have a letter from the Hop Festival. Please print it up for us and in front of us.
Hey, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you so much for letting me come on. And I just wanted to briefly ask you guys if you would be willing to help sponsor the games. We're focused really hard this year on making it a really family-friendly event and really building on that. And one of the sponsors we don't have yet is the game section. So we were hoping maybe the city could come in and just help out with that. So I guess if you have any questions, I'd love to answer them.
Go around real quick, Counselor Donovan.
Okay, so just to verify, the Hubbard Hop Fest is a non-profit, non-sponsored event through, we don't have like a big company coming in and throwing up their banners, do we? That's reserved, or do we have commercial sponsors with that?
I didn't catch all of that. It is a 501c3. We're working on finishing that. So it's a nonprofit. So the city, a lot of the different community businesses have been sponsoring different parts of it. So we've gotten quite a few businesses to sponsor a lot of it. So that's where we just have this hole right now.
Okay, that's what I wanted to determine this year. So slight change from years past. All right,
Yeah.
that's the question I have.
Okay. Counselor Prinzel?
Is there a dollar amount that you're looking for as a donation from the city?
The game sponsorship in our sponsor packet that we set up is $1,500. That goes to just help with all the expenses for games. We're going to be giving away trophies. Sorry, I'm at the fire station, so the tones are going off.
That's the only question I have.
Okay, Counselor Thomas?
I have no questions, no concerns. Thank you.
Okay. On this one here, Director Vogel, Do we still have the 1,500 that we would have been setting aside for the farmer's market in the budget?
Yes.
Would we reappropriate that as a donation towards the Hop Festival? Would that be acceptable? Okay. Would that be acceptable for the council members since that money was already earmarked for the farmer's market, which is obviously not happening this year?
I would have no problem with that.
Okay, Councilor Godwin.
I do not have any problems.
Councilor Thomas.
No concerns.
Okay, so with that, I guess I'm assuming you would need a motion and
Yes.
okay, I would like to make a motion that the city reappropriate the $1,500 currently earmarked for use by the Hubbard Farmers Market Committee, be directed as a donation towards the 2022 Hubbard Hop Festival.
I'll second it.
Okay, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All those in favor say nay. Okay, motion carries unanimously. Thank you very much. Joseph, I'm really looking forward to attending this Saturday.
It's going to be great, and we hope to see you guys all there. So thank you so much.
All right, we'll move on to agenda number 6, appearance of interested citizens.
Okay.
We even got a name tag this time, Rocky.
Oh, yeah, I just came from, my name is Rocky Sherwood, 2622 Place, Hubbard, Oregon.
I'll watch it.
Alright. First of all, interested citizens, I know last week we had a situation, or last month, and just, speaking on, well, he's gone, but he got awarded for a similar thing, he jumped into action, he helped Officer White. Well,
When we find
out,
out.
he's continuing his loyalty and his honorary services to protect the city of Hubbard here already. He did it last month,
But
so
since we don't have.
that was an appropriate award to be presented to
Something
him
else
tonight.
fun.
Hopefully, we can present him a award from the community of Hubbard for his brave actions and what he did last month. I also like to give Chief Rash and your squad a huge thank you for going into Jervis with us for 4th of July and having a unit there to provide support for not only the city of Jervis, but for our Hubbard Community Planning Events Committee team to join forces with Jervis. So the residents of Jervis and all that was on hand to attend the parade, that they were safe. And from what I understand, I spoke to Chief Chase. They're bringing a unit here this Saturday. Am I not mistaken?
Yeah,
Right there?
bringing a unit or two. Yeah.
Okay. And I think that's great to see the two communities working together with all the riprap going on and everything in different communities. I also like to say thank you to our honorable mayor for everything he does and his participation for our community. We only get stronger because of people like you and Councilman Prinzel and Councilman Yano. I believe we have the right people representing this community. And Councilman Thomas and Councilman August, thank you so much for fighting and running for office so you could fight for the city of Hubbard. Your guys' hard work doesn't go unnoticed, and we appreciate being involved in your beautiful work that you guys do in council every month. So thank you for that. Also would like to say we had a successful event. Jervis, we went into Jervis and we brought in 50 more participants. So we had like 80 or something. They only originally had 25, so we added more to that. And so it was a successful event. I got a dump tank, helped them raise $200. And then by that, they're gonna come over to the Harvest Festival in October and they're gonna work for us. The mayor's gonna be doing some stuff to help us in our group to a last ditch effort to help the toy and food drive in December. So I like the fact that networking is really starting to count. I'm just sorry, I'm kind of still a little bit running busy. I did a meet and greet with Tracy Kramer and Jervis before I showed up here tonight. That's why I got the name tag. But I'd like to recognize all our city officials like Vicky and Julie and Mike and Melinda. I noticed our new person was out there working hard today along 3rd Street mowing. His name is Jordan, right?
Jordan Toronto, yes.
From what I noticed, he's done a great job for our community, mowing and make 3rd Street never look so good. And he was heading over to Barnsley Park, so I didn't get a chance to stop and say thank you. So thank you for picking the right candidate. It looks like he's going to fit in with the community of Hubbard very well. And congratulations, Chief Carmen. I didn't get a chance to tell you in person, but thank you on your promotion. Couldn't ask for a better chief to represent our community. I'm glad that you were able to get that position. And you're the right man for the job in our community. We really we really have the honor of working with you in the community. Thank you for all your hard work you do for us.
Okay, thank you, Rocky. Chief Rash, I do appreciate the agreement that you actually come up to Jervis to be able to share resources with them so they can help out us as well up here.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Is there any other citizens? If not, we'll move on to Mayor or Council's presentations. Councilor Young, any presentation or update?
I do not at this time.
Hey, Council President.
I have nothing at this time.
Hey, Councilor Thomas.
I have nothing, thanks.
All right, I do not have anything either, so we will continue moving on. We'll start with the police department. Chief Rash.
Hey, not too much to report. I did send out the Medcom stats to you guys this afternoon. Take a look at them. Our guys were very busy. Their self-initiated activity was, I think, over 264 for the month, which is, you know, with basically 4, maybe the sergeant 5, that's pretty impressive. So they've been out there. Molly was out last week, so we didn't get the stats. But we're back up to, you know, we got 18 arrests for the month, and they wrote 150 citations. They're out there doing the grants, and it seems like we're getting more, so it allows us to put more people out there to do traffic safety. And you can see that we had 500 calls for service, so 527. Just a reminder that National Night Out is August 2nd, and I'll get Molly to get the places in town that we're having. People have signed up, so, and we'll make sure we're there, and Mike, I'll get those to you as well.
Do we know how many we have signed up so far?
I think she has 2 on this side, and she's been in contact with the over 55 mobile estates, and they're supposed to be doing one too. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So up to 3?
3, yeah.
Wonderful.
And then the one training I just wanted to say is active shooter or active threat is what it's being referred to in law enforcement. So our department set up an active shooter instructor course that have got all the small agencies and mid-sized agency of Woodburn are sending from Marion County are sending instructors. And my goal is to, if we can't do it by the end of the summer, is train together during Christmas break. And so we have officers from each agency because, you know, we don't want anything to happen, but in reality, it's going to be 1 or 2 officers from Woodburn, 1 from Hubbard, maybe a Silverton officer, if we do have to respond to an active threat. But the goal is to hopefully we can all train together and we'll have people trained to be instructors in Norfolk County. So that's, I'm hoping that comes together. Other than that, does anybody have any questions of the police department?
I don't have any questions, but I do appreciate your continued effort to make sure that you're offering training to the officers. I think it's a great retention tool for sure. Councilor Young, any questions?
I do not.
Councilor
Great
Benson?
job.
I have none. Thank you, Chief.
Councilor Thomas?
No question.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Chief. Okay, we'll move on to the fire district with our new Chief Farman.
Thank you, Council. Proud of me. I took over as interim fire chief July 1st. Well, the board of directors figures out what direction they would like to go with the fire district. So I'm happy to serve. I've been with the fire district for 17 years this last June. So a lot of history here, and excited to be able to work in the community still and use the knowledge that I've gained over those 17 years to help keep Hubbard safe. So I wanted to keep going what Chief Budge joined. So just letting you guys know what's been going on with the district. We have hired 2 permanent staff members that filled vacancies off a career list. And then we got a grant from the Oregon State Fire Marshal's Office for seasonal staffing. That allowed us to hire 2 individuals or 1 person to work every single day of the summer. And that grant's 100% funded through the Fire Marshal's Office. So quite a bit of staff around the station during the day. And we're down to 3 people at night, which is our normal staffing for evening hours. And our dorm project's moving along. It's moving a little slower than we wanted to, but it is in process still. So do you guys have any questions for me?
Counselor Young,
I do not.
Counselor President,
I have no questions.
Counselor Thomas.
No questions.
Okay, I don't have any questions, but I'm assuming you'll all be participating in some way, shape, or form at the Hop Festival?
Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah, we will.
Well, congratulations on the interim position, but either way, congratulations. All right, we'll move on to the administrative department and we'll start with Director Mobile.
Okay, did you, is this where you wanted to ask the question about the
Yes.
compensation range?
This would be resolution number 7372022, the compensation ranges for non-represented employees.
So my question is in Exhibit B, the second page. It says that effective August 1st, 2021 to June 30th, 2021. I'm guessing that's a typo and it should be 2022.
So there's the first exhibit B.
B, not the first page, but the second page.
So I have 3 exhibit Bs, and actually upon ratification of the contract,
Mhm.
it does, the first exhibit B is effective July 1, 2021. Have to think about that. Yes, it's July 2021. It's been that long. We've been in negotiations. And they were originally compensated the 1.63%. And then we have this, and then they, we had to take it back. So that's why there's an additional exhibit here that goes August 1, 2021 to June 2021.
So it's, the dates are correct. August 1st, 2021 backwards to June 30th, 2021.
Yeah, because the, yes, because the contract should have been effective in 2021. It's,
Yeah, I'm kind of the same type of questions. Because on the first page, you've got 1 month, July 1st through July 31st of 2021.
right.
Yeah, that's on the first exhibit, page 1. And on the second one, it says August 1st, 2021, going back in time to June 30th of 2021. Seems if those dates were correct, they would be turned around.
Okay, so
Maybe it should be June 30th of 2022.
July,
Because if you look at it,
August 2020. Oh, you're right. June, you're right. June 30, 2021. That should be corrected. So it should be August 1, 2021 to June 30th, 2022.
Okay, that was my question.
Yes, thank you for catching that.
Can we move that back in a consent agenda, but request that it be approved with corrections?
Yes, please.
Would that work for you, Councilor Bristol?
That would be awesome.
Okay, on that one real quick, because we've heard from Councilor Yonley and Councilor Brenzel, Councilor Thomas, any questions on that particular agenda topic?
No question.
Okay. And then back to your regularly scheduled update.
Thank you for catching that. I do have an update on the supplemental budget. The consultant is diligently working on reconciliation, bank reconciliation, and is scheduled to do the supplemental budget in August. So that will be coming up. Just a reminder about elections, deadline to get the applications, the completed apps in is August 25th. And we do have a application for the planned unit development on Broadacres, which is hopefully scheduled in August planning commission meeting.
I saw potentially on there, yeah.
Yes. Any questions?
Let's go around. Councilor Yonley?
So the 11 million for Broadacres Road Northeast Descent. I'm just trying to picture where that is.
That's the large property going towards Woodburn on,
The south side,
yes,
next to nursery or just beyond?
It's on this side of the nursery. It runs all the way to the
It's on this side.
shores of Mill Creek.
Okay, so it runs down south toward.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be, yeah, Counselor, if you look at it, it should be,
Yeah, I didn't think that would be a broad acres road address, but. Okay.
it's the only place I think we have the ability for 204 lots. Okay, Counselor Prinsloo, any questions?
No, I have no questions. Thank you, Greg.
Okay, Counselor Thomas.
No question.
Okay, thank you very much, Director. And with that, we'll move on to Public Works Department and Superintendent Krebs.
I guess this is where we talk about the sidewalk reimbursement program.
Yes.
So, Counselor Thomas, please ask your questions.
Thank you. So I had a question about if different widths of sidewalks around town. If we're sending out a notice to a homeowner that has one of the older, narrower sidewalks, I think they're 2 feet wide, and they have to replace them, are they going to be replaced like as is, or are they going to be replaced to meet today's sidewalk code?
Couple of things there. Technically, by today's codes, they need to be brought up to the standard in which the area they're in. For example, on busier streets like Fifth Street, they would need to be at least 5 feet wide. That being said, at this point, it looks awful strange to have one property that's replaced a sidewalk that goes to 5 foot back to an older 3 foot sidewalk. But I think what we're getting at here is we want uniformity throughout the community, and doing it this way, unfortunately, it's going to be piecemeal, but we will get there.
Do we foresee maybe, I guess, an issue there where somebody gets notified that they need to replace their sidewalk, has to be made to the 5 foot, then, you know, the neighbor has the 3 foot. I mean, I guess I could see it being an issue, but, you know, what's our recourse there other than to make everyone replace it to the current standard?
Yeah, that's what's basically written in the development code at this point. If you're going to be doing any work, it has to be brought up to the standards that are in place today.
So a follow-up question for that one, Superintendent Krebs, then, is if they only have, say, 2 sections of their sidewalk along their house, I'm assuming they would just replace it to that section. We wouldn't expect them to put a larger plot in there, but if they have to replace maybe an entire section, such as the entire length, we would expect them to call up the code. I mean, do we have an idea of how we would handle that? I guess that's actually just a general question on code enforcement, right? Code compliance.
Right. As I said, the code states that any work to that extent, any work at all needs to be brought up to current codes, but it looks stupid.
Yeah,
You just get patchwork of all this stuff. I'm more apt on something like that to where they're replacing, you know, a 4 by 4 section of concrete. Just do it to the old standards. That way you've got good walking surface, but it doesn't look like it doesn't belong there. If that makes sense.
No, it makes sense. I can understand. I mean, my other concern would be also, I mean, how funny would it look over by the Public Works Department with those, like, what, 1.5 foot sidewalks that they put in at some point? I think they're really small.
Yeah. Well, I was told at one point, just the superintendent at that point stated that they can walk in single file.
I have no comments on that one. Counselor Thomas, does that at least answer your question? Or is there a concern on your part, though, about having a patchwork? Or do you think we should try to keep uniformity, at least on the sidewalks that make sense for now?
Yeah, I think whatever the fastest path to getting sidewalks walkable would be my first priority. So getting the damage fixed would be the fastest way. Hey, if you have 2 squares you need to pull out and replace, great, let's do them as is. And I think it will reduce cost versus, hey, you have 2 broken squares of sidewalk, well, now you need to replace 100 feet. That becomes a separate issue. And for me, it's just how quickly can we get the repairs done. But I just wanted to clarify so that if people are paying attention or reading about this, that they have an idea of what they might be looking at, so that monetarily it might not be as big of a mountain.
I agree with you there. My concern is on the monetary impact of citizens that are probably going to be very stretched thin. Concrete work's very expensive. It's one of the reasons why we're increasing this year, at least. We budgeted more
Right.
for, to incentivize individuals to try to get them done.
We budgeted more, and we also changed the ordinance to state that we can offer more. 50% of the projects up to $1,500.
Right.
So
15 or 1,400?
50.
15, okay.
Does that answer your question, Councilor Thomas?
Yes, thank you.
Another note on sidewalks, we got some movement on the G Street over the railroad tracks. I've received this week a contract from the railroad. We need to send that over to the lawyer to have him take a look at it, because it's about 22 pages.
And what is the contract covering? The agreement for us to be able to run a sidewalk up to the.
Yes, it's giving us permission to put the sidewalk in, and also that we will be responsible for all monetary issues that come from it. And their quote is $49,000.
Now, what is that for them to do?
Gives us the permits, and it lengthens the crossing.
The part that they wanted us to extend for originally like 100 and something thousand.
Right.
Well, let's put the sidewalk across.
I'm all for sidewalks.
Well, we need a second crossing. It's
Yes.
ADA accessible. Okay, well, let us know what the lawyer has to say then.
Yes, I will. I'll get that sent off. Well, I probably won't, because I'm out of the office. I work this weekend. As of Monday, I'm out of the office until August the 1st.
Okay.
Is there any other questions? Oh, I was gonna ask, did you guys, any of you get to look at the new backstop over at Revenue Park?
Not
We
yet.
got that installed this last week.
Nice.
Barnsley Park.
I was gonna say Riveters. I thought it was, I read in your binder, it was
Yeah,
like
Barnsley.
Riveters too. No, I have not. I usually do an evening walk, but it's been a little hot lately.
Yeah, it really looks nice.
I'll make sure I stop by and take a look at it. Now, those are the ones that are on the old skate park thing, right? Or where did, oh, no,
Baseball.
baseball ones. That was actually great, because I walked by those a week ago and they looked like someone ran a car into them. I was like, what the heck happened here? And I think at that point, I think they're replacing those. So,
Yeah.
no, I have not had a chance to look at it.
It's only on the north field, but hopefully in the near future, we'll be doing the south field also. So that was a volunteer project. That piece was donated to us from the Barnsley family.
Oh, wonderful. Is that something Rocky was helping to coordinate back when they did the event back on the fall
Yeah,
festival?
we did, we actually, as a community, picked, Velma to be the co-grand marshal, and she rode with me during the parade. And then she got her, son to come out to the event, and they made a decision after seeing all the energy and hard work we put in the Harvest Festival. They approached us afterwards about making a donation to the city of Hubbard to, get that backstop and give a much needed, upkeep in the Barnsley Park. So can we get a card from the city of Hubbard to the Barnsley family saying thank you for their generous donation for our parks?
Yeah, I believe so.
Excellent. Yes, that's definitely most appropriate.
All
I
right,
will
thank you.
talk to her about that.
Wonderful. Thank you. Real quick too, thank you for getting your preliminary dashboard submitted. Did everyone see this in the packet? My assumption would be this is just a rough task to begin with, right? You're gonna have more projects eventually.
Absolutely. What that was a demonstration of what we're working on, get some feedback from the council itself. And the question that I have is, do you want this to be a live document, or would you like to take it delivered with your council packet every month?
Hey, I think it would be very difficult to keep this live. I think once a month updating it is what would be expected. So
Okay.
just include it with the packet, that would be my assumption, because once this is populated out and you put a status summary in once a month, it could get, it's gonna take a couple hours.
Well, you could probably tell by our report that we've got a lot of irons in the fire at this point.
Yes, and I know you have a lot more. That's what I was gonna say. I'm assuming there's a lot more, and I know you have a lot more going on. But I think this provides a very, the first page provides a very nice, simple dashboard where people can quickly see all the projects and ascertain very quickly with a color code, what is the project status? And you can then, on the subsequent pages, quickly go in and get a little bit more description of what the project is, where the funding's coming from, the current phase, risks that are associated with it, et cetera. I know this will take some time for your department to get used to populating, but I think once you get the first draft fully done, the maintenance of it won't be too bad, but will be instrumental in keeping the council and even Vicki and the rest of the departments very clear on the status where you're at.
Okay.
Now, real quick though, Councilor Thomas, did you have any questions for Superintendent Krebs or any questions or concerns on the dashboard prototype?
No questions. Thank you.
Okay, Councilor Prinsloo,
I have no questions. Thank you.
Councilor Allen.
I think it's great. I remember many years ago when there was nothing. Public Works. And it's great to see that. It's great to see this an initiation development of what it is today. So, thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Director Krebs.
Superintendent Krebs, thank you for also getting that in. I know you had a
Sure.
very busy last couple of weeks as well. Getting, I think, what was it, the sludge report, or you were working on something?
Yeah, the sludge management report, I got it to them last week. He gave it back with some corrections that need to be done. I guess the template I was using, which was our last sludge management report from 2004, there's been some changes. So we're still going back and forth, but that's hopefully will be done and over with before I go on vacation.
One question I do have a couple of questions. The splash pumps, for the splash fountain pumps, did they come in today?
They have not been delivered yet.
Okay, do we have new ETA on that at all?
I will call Brighton Electric and see if they can find out anything for us.
Is it probably too late in the week to be able to get those installed before the hop festival, or do you think those are going to now be after?
If we get them tomorrow, I can get them installed Thursday, Friday. I'm here both Thursday and Friday, so we'll make that a priority if they come in. If they come in on Thursday, we'll get them in Friday.
Thank you for your continued drive to get that up. It's great watching the kids, but it's funny when you see them like looking down at that little water.
Yeah, I'm getting called all the time. Can you turn the water up?
Yeah.
I wish I could.
Okay, the other question I had is, I think last week, there was a request to start sending out notices for the cracked sidewalks or sidewalks that need repaired. Did we get a chance to get that done over the last month, or are we still working on getting those notices sent out?
The list, and there's of the ones that I saw, we've got a list of 6 of the most grievous ones. I pass out on to Melinda, and I will check with her to see where we're at on that.
Melinda is online, just so you know.
Oh. Melinda, where are we on that?
She's struggling finding her mute button right now. We can follow up. I was just curious to make sure that's progress. It sounds like progress is still moving forward on it, though, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, do we know of any of those residences that might potentially have a hardship where they cannot afford to repair?
At this point, I do not. Most of it looks to me like it's fairly affluent households. So we will work with them if that comes to.
Are you going to include some sort of a notice or something to contact you if they have concerns in terms of?
Right. There's usually some banter back and forth, some conversation involved with that on the onset anyway, so.
Yeah, I know there's been a population change and new individuals coming in and old ones moving out, so I have no clue. Okay, those are the questions I would have had. Last chance for Superintendent Krebs?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, and we will continue driving. Real quick though, Councilor Thomas, is it okay to put back in the resolution on adopting sidewalk programs in the consent agenda as written?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Then with that, we'll move on to consent agenda, and I will go ahead and read these because I enjoy doing it every week. Every month, I should say. And I think Vicky's challenging me once a month too by making them longer and longer. So we'll let you guys catch me on any misread numbers. Okay, consent agenda A, approval of the June 2022 check register report. B, approval of the collective bargaining agreement between the City of Hubbard and Hubbard Police Officer Association 2021 to 2024. Resolution number 716-2022, a resolution repealing resolution number 469-2008 and adopting a sidewalk program. Resolution number 733-2022, a resolution extending the City of Hubbard's worker compensation coverage to volunteers of the City of Hubbard and repealing resolution number 729-2022. E, resolution number 734-2022, a resolution adopting a job description for the Public Works Office Assistant and repealing resolution number 657-2018. F, resolution number 736-2022, a resolution authorizing an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Hubbard, Aurora, Silverton, Mount Angel, Donald, Jervis, and Sheridan, and repealing resolution number 642-2018. Next one, resolution number 737-2022, a resolution for compensation ranges for non-represented employees and amending represented employees and repealing resolution number 730-2022 with the corrected typos as pointed out by Councilor Prinsloo. H, approval of the agreement between the Mid-Willamette Valley Council of Government and the City of Hubbard for land use planning services, July 1st, 2022 through June 30th, 2023, and authorizing the mayor to sign. I, approval to move Officer Mark Way from probation and from step A to step B of the Hubbard salary schedule effective August 1st, 2022. J, approval of the Oregon, Texas Line Brandon Jackson Park use application for the Functional Fitness Camp CrossFit event on Saturday, September 2nd, 2022 at Rivinus Park from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. contingent upon receipt of the required insurance documentation. Okay, authorize the Public Works Administrative Manager to use DocuSign to sign the Marion County Sub-Recipient Agreement B0457822 as required by Marion County Board of Directors. L, authorize Public Works Superintendent Mike Krebs to assign the Marion County ARPA Water System Improvement Project to the Hubbard City Engineer Project Manager Matt Wadlington, okay. Civil West Engineering Services Incorporated as allowed in the Personnel Service Agreement. M, approve the contract for services between Grove, Mueller, and Swank PC and the City of Hubbard. And N, accept the engagement letter from Grove, Mueller, and Swank PC for audit services year ending June 30th, 2022, and authorize the mayor to sign.
I make a motion to accept the consent agenda as read with corrections.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Okay, consent agenda passes unanimously, like it should. Okay, 10, other city business, and I'll go with Councilor Thomas.
I have nothing. Thank you.
Councilor Yonley.
I have nothing.
Councilor Prinsloo.
I have nothing. Thank you, staff.
Okay, I do appreciate, yes, thank you, staff as well. Next will be adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I second that motion.
All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Okay, council is adjourned. I don't know if anyone ever actually. And hats off, this was probably the fastest city council.
I vote we go to 9.
10.
I vote till we go to 9.
Yeah. All those in favor of excluding Rocky from the. Everyone stay nice and cool out there.